Well, welcome back, friends and neighbors. Hope you guys are staying safe and COVID free. Here we are in 2021, damn near into April. So far, knock on wood, I've been lucky. I'm just waiting to get my shot. Ain't gonna dwell on that too much because I got something a lot more interesting to talk about. In the picture in front of you, you'll observe there's one hell of a fine weapon sitting there. You know, we've got guys that get monetized, and even us guys with hobbies, we do a lot of stuff involving semi-autos, full autos, long range, bolt guns, ARs, things like that. We have a lot of fun with that modern weaponry. But every now and then I get a zen to kind of go back to the basic roots of all of our fun. And one of the finest items ever to be created in the freedoms that we enjoy in our Second Amendment rights, the Colt single action 45. Now this ain't just your regular run-of-the-mill Colt single action army. It says model of the 1873. But the fine folks at Uberti who have stepped quality up immensely over the last 20 years turned out a product a year or two back, probably, maybe 3, specifically made for cowboy mounted shooting. And that's shooting from horseback. And I'll tell you what, it's hard enough for some people to shoot a pistol pretty good. This puppy's made for shooting at targets while you galloping on a horse. So you can just about rest assured they went to great pains to make sure that this thing can do what it was designed to do. You'll notice, first off, it's got a 3.5-inch barrel on it. This puppy points like a dream. It points just like a 3-inch Smith & Wesson double action does that I've got in the safe. I'm going to tell you what. It comes up on target every time. It's just amazing. You'll also notice that hammer sitting there. That hammer is at full cock. Now, a lot of people would look at it and think, no, that's just at half cock. Nope, that's full cock. This is the short stroke hammer and spring. That's as far back as it goes, baby. You can cock her fast. That action on the inside there is timed and tuned at the factory. There'll never be a turn ring on the outside of that cylinder between the locking lug indents because that lug doesn't even come up to stop that cylinder until it's in just on the edge of those lug recesses that lock that puppy up. I'm telling you what, they did a fine job on this piece. Good, full, heavy checker grips. It ain't going anywhere in your hand. That puppy's going to stay right there. Figured, you know what the heck, let's drag that puppy out and talk about a little bit. Now, obviously, it is in God's caliber. The 45 Colt. They make them, I think, at 357 and maybe one other. I'm not a salesman for them, so I can't give you all the numbers on that. But if you're going to have a single action army with a 3.5-inch barrel, God, you might as well have a 45. At least that's the way I look at it. All right, let's kind of check it out. Get kind of close up, look at some of the features. I'm going to cut away here from this nice little pretty setup shot, and we're going to look at some things on it. And then we're going to go out and do something I almost am having a hard time bringing myself to do, and that's go out and throw some ammo through it. Oh, a gun this pretty, a gun this slick. I just want it to sit in the safe, be a safe queen. Be worth a hell of a lot of money when my son gets my age. Anyway, be back at you in just a second. And as you can see, I'm giving you a nice little close-up shot here. That 3.5-inch barrel. Look for that CMS Pro 45 Colt. That's what you're looking for. You see that on the side of a gun, you know somebody's got something that they spent some money on. By the way, I dropped about $800 on this some time ago, but I'll tell you what, it's worth every penny, I'm sure. You'll also notice down here, yeah, your case ejector, it's good and thick. Got a D10 on the front side for you can get your finger in there real good. It also, and you can't see it now, but I'll flip it over for you. You'll notice how it can start out like it's going to go straight back, but that channel is curved. When that puppy goes, look, just like that. And when you hit those cases to knock them out, you knock them out. Them puppies come out fast. That's not the only reason that's like that. Obviously, this is a full-size single-action receiver and cylinder for a 45 Colt. And with that 3.5-inch barrel, to try and remove your cylinder pin and come all the way out to drop your cylinder, this has to be out of the way. If you've got one of these, don't go thinking that you got to get on the back side of that housing and booger up that screw to take that housing off just to get that cylinder pin out of there. You do not. It takes just a little bit of tricky prestidigitation with some hands, and you don't need 3 hands. You think you do it first. But when this is pushed back, that cylinder pin can come all the way out of that cylinder, and it completely clears this. They won't hit each other. So you got to kind of hold a little, do a little finagling, but you can pull that cylinder pin just fine. That's your release for it, just like on any other regular 1873 or later model single action Army. But I'll tell you what, that's well thought out. Now let's look at something else. Here's another thing I really like about this pistol. The checkering on those grips is awesome. And obviously it's a full checkered pattern. That is perfection on that checkering. Them puppies are beautiful, and there ain't a crush spot in it. That's going to give you great grip on this pistol. It don't go anywhere in your hand. And them are just pretty. They're beautiful, almost like an orange Cocobolo. And they are gorgeous. And they're not real bright. They look a little bright here on the frame because I've got some light over them, but they're a very dark, very rich color. They're just awesome. I love these grips. One of the things I really like about this short stroke hammer, if you look at the top of that thumb pad, ain't no little bitty checkering and stippling. That puppy's got some heavy duty ridges, and let me tell you what, you get a grip on that with your thumb no matter how you hit it. That's a fine, fine thing. Now let's look at how she cocks. And like I said, this is the short stroke hammer. This hammer is moving, hell, less than 60% the normal travel that a regular single action pistol would. A lot of times that thumb pad's going to wind up damn near down here on the gunner, just above the web of your hand. On this short stroke, that's it, baby. That's as far as you got to take her. And she goes there real sweet, real slick, real easy. And that trigger ain't no lawyer trigger. It goes down fast. So that is one fine, fine addition to a unit, especially if you're going to be on top of a horse trying to gallop around through posts and shoot balloons. That is Cat Daddy. Now obviously it has your loading gate rounded and contoured to the back of the receiver. It's really finely fitted, and it opens and closes in what I gotta say is such a sweet way. It's unreal. Now, obviously you can tell, and I've placed the microphone down here so you can see it, or see it. If you can see sounds, you're back in the 60s. Okay, I want you to hear something. That's clean. That's just really clean. Now let's hear it at speed. Man, you don't find them like that very often. Let's listen to that cylinder. Slick, clean, absolutely the same every time. Now I'll show you something else. Now, those of you in the know that have used single action pistols in competitions before will probably remember that there might have been times when you needed to know which hole in your cylinder was empty or which one you were going to load back to. Or maybe you just, after years of competition, you had a certain hole in that cylinder that just wasn't a really good chamber for you. Or maybe the pistol might have a tendency to be a little wonky when that cylinder turned to that point. It was kind of tough to remember that. Well, fine folks, Uberti have taken care of that issue for you. Right up here on the back of the cylinder, at the side of each chamber, they've gone to the trouble of giving you a number. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ain't that cool? Now that's caring about you. That's pretty damn handy, and although I doubt very seriously I'll ever absolutely have to use it, it's pretty damn nice that they put it there. Alright, there's a weird looking angle, isn't it? There's a reason for that. We're going to find out what the trigger pull is. I'm thinking it's going to be somewhere around 2, 2.5. Let's find out. 1, 1.5, 1 3/4, 2. Just coming up on 2.5. Let's try that again. And we're taking this measurement from the center of the trigger. Got the unit in a vise, so the gun's not moving at all. Try her one more time. There's 1, 2. Just shy over 2 pounds now, baby. That is a fine trigger on a single action pistol, right out of the box, brand new. Ooh, baby. Alrighty, folks, there you have it. A fine, fine, fine example of 150 plus year old machinery designed for the protection of your life and the lives of others. All around fun shooting, competition, and just going out and burning a little powder. If you ever feel like kind of throwing a little throwback Thursday and tooling on down to Tucson town, grab your favorite smoke pole and one of these here smoke wagons to go out and burn you just a little bit of ammo. And for you guys that reload, especially you guys that shoot cowboy action, you know You got good cases, good supply of those, and the bullets. This can be pretty cheap shooting. Now, right now, with the epidemic of damn near no ammunition available, especially factory ammo for these, 45 Colt gets a little pricey. I saw a box of 25 go a couple months back for $98. Almost needed to change my shorts. Thank God I've been a reloader for this caliber for a long, long time. Now, you'll notice that hammer, it's got that firing pin nib up there on it. This is not a floating firing pin weapon. This is exactly the way Colonel Colt made it and how it ought to be. Got that good front sight. Sure, it's probably pretty accurate. Fixed groove on the top of the receiver strap. But it's a fine little unit. Man, I tell you what, I've had some quality single actions. And I've had some second generation actual Colts. And I can't tell the difference between them and this. And it points so well. I'm not lying. You get on target fast. Just a fine, fine little machine. And if I can work up the intestinal fortitude, I may very well take this puppy out and put a few rounds to it, and we might just do that. Drop a comment telling me to. Never get enough people telling me to, I might just go out there and do that. But anyway, just wanted to give you guys a little look at this and let you know that, just because we're having a shortage in availability on stuff, there's weapons you can find. They just don't look like Glocks. But I'll tell you what, you hit somebody with a 255 grain blue whistling 45 Colt, you're going to find out fast. Hit him in the right spot, it only takes one. Alright, well, thanks for stopping by, and hope you guys are staying safe, staying well. Start looking around. Might hopefully in the next couple months start seeing the ammo supply trickle back, maybe the guns too. I sure hope so. This is a dry spell that's lasted longer than any I've ever lived through, and I'm 61 years old. So thanks for stopping by, and stay tuned. You might see me out there at the farm making a little noise with this puppy. Y'all have a great day. See you later. Bye.